Okay, I'm gonna start my Alien slash Geiger painting today. Uh, this is a pretty small surface. You can judge by the brush size there. Oh, my computer's making noise. Um, what I'm gonna do is just cover the palette or cover the surface in a kind of a watery, misty, with just a kind of wash color like turquoise and black and brown and white. I make up most of the scene, so because what I'm gonna do is try to do a random, make it look random. It's gonna be totally random, and then I'm gonna try to see uh, like an image in there, an alien. Almost all these paintings I'm gonna do are gonna have alien in them, like the xenomorph, and well, I don't know what I can't think of what I'm trying to say, but do that, and I'm gonna watch a little bit of the movie, the Aliens movie, on here for inspiration, and I just try to just basically try to immerse myself in the world of aliens because that's kind of my comfort zone right now. And so I'll just go ahead and start. Well, what you should do, what you should always do is kind of, if you want the paint to flow better, you get a spray bottle like this, just any water bottle, and just coat your surface and just a mist so it's easier to get the paint spread around. And I'll just get some brown on here. Just a little bit of each of these. White. Just most of the time I just kind of use the corner of the brush because that I don't like see how flat this brush looks. If you have that flat brush surface going against the canvas like this, that's how your brush stroke is gonna look. I don't want my alien painting to look like a bunch of brush strokes. I want them to, if I use just the corner of the brush, it makes more interesting shapes. That's why, like how I can say it, I guess. They look more organic than if you just have like a bunch of flat brush strokes on there. If you know what I'm talking about. And I want to have lots of blue in this. Not too much brown. Try to cover all the brown with the blue. And I'm not even thinking. I'm just wildly putting paint on. And another thing you could do. Oh, always have a white area, like a bright your lights where your light source is coming from. And trying to, I mean, you can use just the white of the. Well, this is paper. This is just paper mounted to just a watercolor backing board here. I use all these. Once I use all the watercolor sheets, I just use the cardboard backing because it's a nice uh, thick board that you can use over and over again to mount your. If you're painting on paper, you want to mount it to that, and you can get like a whole bunch set up and ready to go that way. But anyway, I use painter's tape to get it on here. So let's just try to get this covered, kind of make it misty looking if you can. I need more water on there, dry up quick on you. And I want turquoise color in there too. That's always that turquoise is pretty strong, so you gotta watch it. You get too much on there, just kind of spread around as much as you can. Keep that. Just basically get the paper covered as much as you can. Try to be careful with this black. I'll do a little black on there and figure out where you want a dark spot to be, but don't go crazy. Well, don't go crazy with it. There's generally a lot of uh, dark spots, in a alien painting anyway. But you can make crisscross strokes, I guess, to make it mistier. But I want to break up all these, and I'm just using the corner of the brush like I always do. I use that for pretty much everything. Basically, just using like a dot, which makes up the corner of that brush. And I want to get this thing covered. See, that might be too much blue. I want it all to have different colors, but also flow. Also be the same color. If you know what I'm saying. Look like this. So it's not. I don't want the alien painting to be a colorful painting. It's going to be mostly monotone colors. And if you put too much color on that, you can probably use that for something in the image. So let's get a little more brown on there. This is a pretty dark brown I use. I don't like using the bright or a reddish brown that's too light colored. Cover up that is down there. We're gonna have another dark spot up there, I guess. Rest my arm a little bit. Take a look. I guess I want to kind of, and if you, I try not to use black as least as I can, but an alternative to using black is this is ultramarine blue here, and that's generally like dark blue. And I use some of this dark brown, and that makes a nice dark color that's almost black, but not. See what I mean? It kind of looks. It kind of looks black, but it's not black, and it's not overpowering as black is, or the real black. So, like I said, I'm not thinking too much. I'm just trying to find all your dark spots and just kind of accentuate the dark spot so it looks like something sticking out of the mist, basically. And I gotta get this area covered here with something. I guess I need some more. I want to put some more turquoise color in there. I'll spray it again there. Mix some blue with that, I guess. Actually, I need more. I might get more brown in there. Yeah, I put too much brown on there. Yeah. Okay, where's my water? Too much brown. And I try to use this brush as least as possible because it's too big. I just use it mainly to get the canvas covered. Dull that brown with some blue there. I'll make it like the corner of the brush to kind of like a hanging, be like in a cave, I guess. Xenomorphs hang out in caves pretty much, I guess. If you don't know what a xenomorph is, that's what the alien is. I just learned that recently. Not like I'm an expert at it. That looks like something off in the distance there, so I'll kind of make that stick out a bit more. And this needs to be. Sometimes you can cover up with something good that you have, but not even realize it. So this is probably too much blue on there. I better get some white on there and get some mist going here. It's a mist. Mist it up. That'll be something. This thing will be something. It's a mist up there. I guess I want to preserve some of this white or this light. I want to make it look like there's something there, but I don't want to kill all my bright area. And I guess that looks okay, I guess. And I don't know if I want to stop the camera or not, or stop the recording and try to figure out what this is supposed to be. Yeah, I might have to stop the. Oh, we'll just let this dry here for a minute, or we'll let it dry, and then we'll come back. I might stop the camera and look at it and see what the heck I want to do with it. But let me get this light over here. So it's the next day, and I let this completely dry. I was going to show you a bunch of alien stuff on the computer, on the internet, but my power clicked off, my computer died, so I was do that later. I was just going to show you a bunch of aliens posters and merchandise from the early 90s when that was the most nostalgic time for me as far as those movies. And I wanted to get all, I don't know if everything on that screen was from 91, but it sure looked like it. You wouldn't believe all the merchandise that they kept pumping out for that movie. But on this, I sat and looked at it, and this right here looks like this back here, this all looks like a misty rocks and stuff inside of a cave maybe, but out here it kind of looks like a clearing in the haze, and there's like a building or some cities or city, some type of structure back here, and I was going to kind of use that. And this looks like over here this looks like a skeleton or something on the rock. I'll probably just keep that in there. And here, I was just going to go ahead and make that a rock, maybe have an alien or some sort of creature there. And this here, I couldn't think of what to put here, so I was just going to put a rock, like a rock arch right here, kind of going off screen there. And this kind of over here looks like there's like a rock formation here and like a pond or misty lake back there with some rocky formations there. So that's what I'm saying. If you just randomly put stuff on there, it'll turn into something. It always turns into something. You may not be able to see what I see, but that's kind of what I see. I can accentuate it here to make it look better. So I'll just dive right in. And I'm going to have to think of a new way to paint, because this asks a lot of my thought process. I really don't want to think that hard. That's why it's best to do like creatures and portraits and stuff like that, because you don't have to think as much to put all this stuff in here. But like I said, I'm going to make this and almost everything looks like something too, so that's why it's best to use that technique I showed you about using just the corner of the brush. So instead of everything looking like brush strokes, it looks like something organic or rocks or whatever. And I'm pretty much doing the same thing here with the smaller brush. I want to make the tops of the rocks a little darker than the bottom. And I'll do some on the other side over here. Those kind of look like stuff hanging off. So I'll go with that. This looks like it might need to be filled in a little bit more. Make that a little bit. I don't want to kind of make it stringy there, I guess. That doesn't look too bad. You know what? I kind of see something else here. I see like a skull or something with teeth right here. Like And you know, with these, let me get my water over here. I forgot what I was going to say. With these alien paintings, you got to have like a mecha and like mechanical stuff in there too, or because you know, in the second movie, it had a bunch of buildings and mechanical and sci-fi structures, and then the alien uh, like put her nest over that, built her living. Well, I don't know what to say about what that's called, but her dwelling or her secretions or whatever over that structure, her living or environment. I guess that's the word, over all that, and that's kind of what you have to do with here. That's kind of what part of what inspires me from the alien movies. I get a little bit of turquoise, white. I don't want to be. I don't make the too. I just want to kind of. I guess I need some more brown in there. Just a little bit lighter than what I. Yeah. I'll make this like a skull or something. Some old. We don't know if it's a sculpture or if it's a actual living thing that was died or something a long time ago, but it's going to be a skull nonetheless with the fangs coming out with two little molars there, or whatever you call them, the canines here. Sorry, shit. Yeah, that probably was a mistake, but give him a mad or evil, mad look. Shine his skull up here. Chrome dome. That's kind of what I'm getting now as I get old. Sorry, sad to say. I thought I was going to have hair till I died as an old man, but that didn't happen. Seems like all the bad features of my relatives is what I inherited. None of the good ones. I look at my dad, picture of him as a 55, 54-year-old man, and he still has all his hair, but I don't. It's like that movie Twins. Uh, Danny DeVito was all the bad parts, and of the got the shit end of the stick, and Arnold Schwarzenegger got all the good features. Get a little shiny there. Shine up his teeth. Oh, this ain't looking too good, is it? I don't want him to look human. I want it to look like a alien creature. Who cares, I guess. I guess they're supposed to be in Aliens movie. They're supposed to be like giants or something. That's what I heard. As well as the ship that lands on the planet was from giants or something, but not for the creature, the aliens. It wasn't their ship. I might have messed that up, but put some rock highlights over here. Highlights over here. And another trick you can do too. I don't know if I got enough time to do that, but now let me get this head shinier here. I'll just tell you, but for now, you can take your finger and do like a finger paint. If you're having trouble with a brush and you're not getting results you want, you can take your finger and stick it in the paint and use your finger as a brush, and it looks really cool. You get a nice, because what it does is it puts thicker paint on there and makes it more. Because when you're brushing, you're making it real thin, but when you use your finger, you're just like putting thicker paint on there, and it makes it look way better. And every time I find that my painting's failing, that's what I do. I just give up the brush and I start using my finger, do some finger painting in it, like these rocks, on those pit rocks especially. It makes them look more like real rocks. I'll probably demonstrate that in some other painting, but I don't have much time right now. Get some highlights over here. And you can almost get the same effect, what I was talking about with the finger with your brush, just by, going tapping it a little bit, but your brush tends to want to smush it. But yeah, see how what I'm saying? If you tap it, it puts a thicker coat on there. You do that up here. It's like Happy Gilmore. Just give it a little tap. Those don't look like fangs, do they? But I think it looks open. What I want to see, let me wash the brush and then go back into the dark color here. Blue. I'm just going to use blue and brown because I probably should use black for this, but make these stand out a little bit. It looks too brown. See a little black on there. This always makes it look cool when you put like a little outline around everything. Oh, they're supposed to be teeth. I forgot about my little molars here. I don't know if that's the right name for them. I heard that somewhere. Molars applied to teeth, so that's what I'm using. Let's get his eyes bigger. Maybe that's the problem. Yeah, I kind of like that. Kind of ruined this teeth scene, but yeah, all I did, I guess, because I'm kind of rushing through this, but you can take your time. That's why it doesn't look so good. I'd put too thick of an outline over it. But if you take it, you can drag this out and make it look. Yeah, I kind of ruined it, but if you take your time, put an outline, you probably should just tap the outline on there. If you use these broad brush strokes to make an outline, it's going to look like you take a marker and just thick marker and just went around it. But I can probably try to hide it a little bit by making it look like it's a bunch of stuff hanging off. Yeah, I got too much freaking brown in there. Take some blue, get some turquoise in there. Hide all this. Boy, I just made it. I just did a 180 on this painting. It was going pretty good. And some blue. I just keep making it worse. But I can cover it all up. I'll just take some black here. Just add a little bit to this arch here. Kind of too much freaking colors in there. I kind of liking this dark blue color I got going here. Make all this dark. Put some shadows in the rocks. Cover up all this light brown color. I'm doing a video right now. Probably take another 10 minutes or so. So this kind of looks like it needs to come out some more. Yeah, that looks. Yeah, that looks like a Probably that one was too much, but looks like ribs there. This one was kind of too much. I put so I'll kind of cover that up with something. Maybe I'll just make it arch over here. I kind of fucked that up, but yeah, these 3 ribs look good. Let me bring this down a little. See, it's kind of, you can see how it's turning into something. I'm just trying to take what I had and just building up on it. Have a little, do that first coat, and then take a look at what you have, and you can see stuff, and then go from there. But I also want to put brighter light up here with a little bit of yellow. So let me get a different. Yeah, I better use the same brush. Wash the brush. Get some white. Get a little bit of yellow. Some white. Come up here and get some more white on there. Gotta be careful with this because get the white and yellow in this area. And here's another reason to just take your finger and just rub it in the whitest area here to make it look like there's like a sun or something there, and you can streak the sun rays through to make it kind of look like it's shining. Better get some more paint on there. Some shine on there. Maybe I put some over here because this is supposed to be. Really, you're supposed to come out like a star, but I got streaks going every which way there. Some over here. But you can see the contrast, how up here, how much different it looks in this thin paint down here. Get a good look at it here. Some white mist. This is supposed to be like a. I might have screwed that up too. But so I use those circles. It's supposed to be water or whatever down there, but I guess it didn't have to be water. I got water over here. Just kind of give it different textures and stuff, but I kind of messed up my rib cage there, so I'm gonna fix that. Brown and blue. Yeah, I better get some black on there. I'll abandon that brown and blue shit. Get my rib cage back here. Push that light back behind it. Get some. Maybe this will be like a. I'm gonna end up. Maybe I'll just have this like it's a little twisty branch or something coming out there. Yeah, I'd say that looks pretty good. I might just call this painting finished and go to a different painting. I was gonna put some aliens in there, but I gotta stop now because it's time to go. But yeah, I might call this painting done and move on to a different painting, have it more planned out. Alright, take care. I just finished watching another segment of Aliens. And there's a screenshot. I'm going to finish this painting or do some more to it. I'm pretty happy with the results I'm getting here. Kind of saw some more stuff. I kind of see like get my pointer brush here. I saw like a female body right there, like a Like here's her legs, and here's her arm like coming up there in her head right there. Maybe I was thinking about incorporating that into the painting, because give it a little bit more variation. I think I'm just gonna get rid of these teeth hanging off the skull. There is not really needed, and I kind of saw something too when I was just half of this side was blocked out by my chair, and all I saw was this over here, and I thought to myself, it looked pretty good if this whole uh, structure thing or whatever this is comes all the way across to the other side, and then have the bottom open and misty, and I was maybe I'll put an alien creeping up down here, coming out of the mist or something. Might just get rid of this. It's supposed to kind of like be a rock with maybe a little bit of growth on it, whatever planet they're on. But maybe I can keep it in there. But I wanted all eyes to be on the alien, focused on the alien. So I don't know. But eventually, on these, I might like get a screenshot up of each of the parts of the movie, of all these aliens movies, and like paint whatever scene it is. Like this isn't really a good example because there's not really much going on but a hallway there, but I thought maybe I'd just have like a screenshot of a movie and just paint that if I run out of ideas. I might even let me get some paint on my brush and get going here. Yeah, this blue and brown mixture can work for you, but it's hard to do when it's hard to show you an example of it when you're trying to make a video, so I may not do too much of that. I want to keep this arch in here as maybe like a mechanical part of the mechanics of whatever place this is, and that's overgrown, or since the place has like been abandoned by whoever's running. You know, like in a movie, the alien kills everybody, and it's just like in Jurassic Park, the whole park just becomes abandoned because of the, and you know everything's overgrown, and so that's what same thing happened in Aliens, I guess. But I'm just gonna randomly, just like I did everything else, I want to make this like a mechanical uh, part of a building or something, and I'm just gonna randomly make the design of it here, and I don't want to cover up these little things back here, so I'm gonna be careful with that. And like I said, this is like automatic drawing here, so I guess that's a term I could use for it, where you don't have to think. You just go. You just move your hand, just create whatever, and it'll kind of make something automatically for you. It's hard to do this when I'm talking, so that's why I sound like a pretty much a retard when I'm talking. Is I'm trying to think of what I can put in the scene and talk at the same time. But looking at it in my camera, I think I kind of want to fill this in a little bit more. Make this kind of solid, and it has to look mechanical too. There's old stuff. See that? Yeah. Square this up a bit, make it look more like a machine of some kind, or building. Get more paint on my brush, black, some blue, maybe some turquoise in there, some brown. Let's try to make this look maybe some sort of pole or pipe that's coming off down through there and breaks off or something. And let's go ahead and make this more of a square rectangle shape. Yeah, now it's looking like kind of a building. And I'll have to add some, I'll leave an opening there. And that, I need some more black. Get some more black on there. Start putting some shadows in there. And let's make a little circle here. Have lots of shadows with highlights coming, just jumping out here and there. Trying to see stuff in there. Cast a shadow through there. How's that look? Not too bad, not too bad. Let's see. Let's see if I can get some highlights on there now. I don't want to waste this paint in my brush though. Maybe I can start the alien here. Stalking toward, like maybe that's the old building that they were terraforming the planet. They were terraforming the planet, and then aliens attacked them and killed all the people. And now, so the ruins are left back here. Maybe don't want to combine that too much with my background. Alien head here, and the alien head is actually the hardest part to do. He's got kind of like a elongated head. Some more paint down here. That's another problem when you're painting is let's give him a mouth. It's indication of a mouth, and the jawline on the alien is hard to get down. Give him a neck. I don't know all the detail, the anatomy of an alien. All I know is the head shape, and like the spine is real. What's the word I'm looking for? Get some more paint on the brush here, and I want it had to be more black, shiny black. The alien skin is like kind of like a black roach skin, I guess you could say. I don't know what other animal nature has skin like the alien, besides maybe like a, I don't know, remember the name of that thing, the salamander or something like that. Give him his. I know the anatomy of the alien. I know the head shape, and he's got these like spine things that stick out in the back. That's all. That's pretty much all I know. And then the rest of him is like a skinny black. I don't know. My camera was on that, but skinny black. You see this rock. This rock is going to end up getting in my way here. These spine things look better than that. Yeah, now this painting's starting to look more interesting than it did. It kind of bothered me. That's all I did was up here before, so I want to make. If I try to upload that to YouTube and call it a painting video, I don't know. People probably run me out of town on the rail because it wasn't enough. Get my paint. Head's not long enough. Put a shine in there after I get all this on. Get more of a better shape. I wasn't watching what I was doing there. And the rest of the alien kind of is like a lot. Just let me give him more of a bigger upper body here. And I want to make his arm. Well, it's hard to say what I want to do with that arm, but let's get more black body here. And that's all you need to know. That's the only color you need for the aliens. Black and blue actually, but I'll add the blue later. Get more of a shape on these spines here. Give him a pec there. Muscular. Skinny yet muscular. That's the alien. And I wanted this to be an arm, but it's kind of screwing up the shape of my guy here. Give him something off there. Okay, let's give him a tail with this little bar on it. And I want to try to do this without screwing up my background. Sharp little bar on there. I think you would call like a. I wasn't even have the camera on there, so yeah, I just made a little tail with a bar on the end there. I think that's the name of it, like on a stingray. It's thicker as it comes down here. Little spiny things on them. It's not looking too good here. Yeah, I might try to erase that arm back there, so his body, shape of his body stands out more. But the front of his head, I'm having some trouble with. I need to make his mouth bigger. And his head actually probably should be bigger than that, but I don't want to go too crazy with it. You can get it wrong, that's for sure. It's hard to do the head, but I might go back and fix that. It's supposed to be more like an arch shape, a perfect arch. I might thin this out back here a little later, but take a look at the painting as a whole. Let me get some more black up here. Darken this up in spots. And I don't know if I have my camera on that now. I was just darkening it up here, making the machine stand out more. I think I was going to put some highlights on there, but I don't think I really need to. And I said I was going to put a girl here too, didn't I? Let's cover this blue up. Skull. So let's start making, like, maybe she's tied up there, or maybe she's, you know how the alien, they cocoon the people. Maybe she's cocooned into this thing the alien made. Something like that. But yeah, I guess I can do. Actually, it's hard to say about doing bodies small or big. Sometimes if they're small, they're easier to get the shape right than if they're big. Sometimes, but I pretty much have to do a body life size to get the body right, because I don't know proportion, but I know how big it should be in real life. So that's what makes it easy. But when you do it small like that, it's so shrunken down that your eyes can easily see everything. Like you're looking at a person from afar, and it's easy. It's hard to explain. It's just sometimes having it small makes you do the anatomy correctly. But um, I want to give her like a red. Maybe she's like a native of the planet or something that they didn't find or something, or maybe an extended story where these primitive, get some paint down here, red paint. These primitive people on one of these planets they land on is gets captured by the alien. She's got like skins on of an animal for clothing or something. That might be a mistake, but I wanted her in there nonetheless. So, and then wash the brush down here. Let me work on this side of this alien's face here. It's blue. I don't know. Grabbing paint randomly from wherever I can get it here. This cheekbone has been bothering me, so take care of that. Yeah. When I got the camera on, I was just making this cheekbone out a little bit more. But now his cheeks kind of look too big, so let me get the highlights on this alien head going too. Sometimes you can just put a streak on there and it'll look great, and you can get away with just that. But sometimes you gotta work at it here. Some highlight on the shoulder. And I probably should have put more black in there before I did that. Maybe I'll do that. Some black. Should have had this whole thing black, really. And shine starts right about there. And fix this guy up here. It's hard to do a skull sometimes. Kind of give him the eyes. Come on, the paint's not sticking for me. That's another way to cheat when you're doing eyes, to give them a lot of, well, on a person it'd be like mascara or something, but on a skull this is just, what's the word, weathered, as if it's been there for a long time. Yeah, not too shabby. Try to erase that if I can remember. But let me get this darkened up. It's too noticeable red there. Yeah, it looks about better. What else can I use? Some black. Let me work on my alien guy here. Wash the brush. Get my misty color going. Throw some yellow in there. Get my mouth here. Some more white. Oop, gotta get my camera on there. Just trying to give him a mouth here. I need to have like a picture here, like a reference photo. Really, that's what you should always do, is have a reference image to work from. But there's something about me, that's what I always plan to do. I got tons of reference images, like thousands of reference images, and I think, oh, I'm gonna use this when I paint. But when it comes time to paint, I don't want to mess with it. I just want to start painting, because you got to be careful with those reference images. You get a collection of reference images and you think it's going to help you, and it would if you actually used it, but how can I say explain this where it's easy to understand? Sometimes it can make create extra work for when you sit down and try to start painting because you got to go, you got to your mind. My mind is not. I got to have that reference images. Like I should have like a ton of reference images just in a movie um, thing going on the computer there just to use when I paint to look at. That's what I should do, but I'm losing my train of thought here trying to do this at the same time. But maybe you can understand what I'm getting at. It could create extra work for you, and it'll drag you down to where you won't even want to paint. So you just got to go from what your imagination is. Basically, what I'm saying. Sometimes that's the best way without killing your inspiration is just go with your imagination because you got a ton. Really, you got a ton up in your head that you don't even know about until you start painting, and you can surprise yourself with what you come up with. Okay, let's get this head down here. Need some teeth. Yeah, it looks better. The teeth kind of bring it together. And you want to make this look as slick as possible, so you got to slick the paint on there to make it look slick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I might have too much white in there. You know what this needs is some blue. Kind of separate this here. Have it two different. Alien should look. What's the word? Not like a bug, but more um, cooler than a bug. This is the word I'm. Make some blue and white. Yeah, I don't want the alien to look too buggy. See, the more paint streaks you put in there, the more you're gonna screw up your slick look. So you gotta try to avoid that. You're doing these shiny black. The same thing applies to black, like you're doing a girl with black leather or something like that. If you put too many brush strokes in there, it's not gonna look slick. It's gonna be all brush strokey, I guess you can say. Some blue throughout. It's hard to see. My light's not proper too. I can see it better on the camera. Let's sit back and take a look here. This might even be done, but his arm looks like it's coming in front of that rock. Take a good look at it here. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty cool looking. I'll try to put it on eBay. Oh, I forgot about my girl up here. Uh, let's see, I don't know what time it is. I just keep working until something stops me, I guess. Um, it's like Bob Ross says, it's kind of your bravery test to add more to what you have covering stuff up. But I was going to say I was going to have her legs cut off just to be lazy and not have to paint her. But I'm going to go ahead and put her legs on if I can. She's looking too bluish. Yeah, I got time to mess with anything else. Legs too far apart. Needs to be higher there. Make an arm come up here. Actually, hold on to that maybe. Her head comes down. Maybe the alien, yeah, the alien's just creeping up to her. She's waiting for somebody to come save her. Calf. I guess her leg will just kind of go into the mist down there. Get some mist color on here. What else do I need mist? I need some mist over here. Fail to do that. Finish it up over here. Come down to the rock to where it looks correct. Kind of like that. Take another look. Back up to the right distance. And I'm probably missing something, but I'm just going to call this painting done. Put it on eBay as a whole. When I do a painting like this, I try to get done as quick as possible. Because usually I can only sell a painting for like $15. And it takes a long time on some, and I might cut this up into little cards. I can get like 9 cards out of this and sell them for each like $6, $6 or $7, and then make more on this painting, as opposed to just selling it as a whole for $15, because those little art cards sell really good on eBay, a lot better than. Because I find that people would rather spend $5 or $6 instead of 15 or $20. That's what my experience. But I hate to cut this whole painting up, so I don't know what I'm gonna do as far as that. And I said I was gonna get rid of those fangs, but I ain't gonna mess with it. Well, I'll try to get away with it without doing the extra work on it. Yeah, there it is. Just random stuff, basically. Do a bunch of random stuff, and then have one alien in it doing whatever. Or whatever creature you want, or subject. Now, this painting kind of was creepy in spots, but I mean, I'm trying to match the Alien movie. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. So, yeah, I guess that's it. Take it easy.